Rainbow Dash blinked her eyes open. On. Ugh, what time is it? The air was silver with moonlight. The fire had long since burned out. I don't know, Applejack said, standing over her. Guess it's time for you to check for Colungus again. Do I have to? Dash mumbled, lowering her head to the ground. Yeah, Applejack said sternly. We'll have a posse and we'll trample this into that. Just go up real quick and take a look around. Oh, Sky Blue Pegasus muttered, rising to her host and stretching. She could fly a silk tail in the air. Damn, I'm going back to sleep, Applejack remarked, trying back over to her spot and pulling back her blanket. If you say anything, I'll see you sir to wake me up. Yeah, said, the Reserve Pony said. I thought you ain't that up, Des repeated, mocking her friend's country twang. Who does she think she is? Just because I got wings, it obviously makes me some kind of errand pony? She scowled. She'd just been getting some really good sleep, too. She could feel it, since she was awake. Flapping her wings, Rainbow Dash took off, aiming straight up. It took more work to fight gravity in a vertical climb, but she was annoyed. It took out her frustration on her body. The sun pumping of blood through her muscles brought her more fully awake. Stopping high above the campsite, she slowly circled around, her keen eyes sleeping in the moonlit fields. It was gray and as empty as they had been earlier tonight. No movement disturbed the tall grass, save for the ripples caused by the wind. So she had been woken up for nothing. Figures, she thought. It was so nice. The others were lucky she was so nice. She cycled her wings backward and began to descend. Then came the flash. She caught it and saw it in the blink of an eye, just as she'd seen it 4 nights ago. A wrinkled line of blinding light burned onto the plains in the distance. It seemed to come from the Arkback Mountains, but instantly it was across her line of vision, then stopped. The line of light extinguished itself. There was a faint pulse of a white light, and nothing but moonlight prevailed. Rainbow Dash marked the spot where the pulse of light had been in her mind as she flew. She pumped her wings as fast as she would flap, tucking in her back legs, and point with one hoof right at the spot where she had seen the light. Her eyes narrowed as she accelerated. The stars pouring in the night sky as she flew faster and faster, the wind whipping through her ears. When she drew close, she began to descend, angled towards the shallow ground, gradually lower and lower until she bent so sharply down, tall blades parting around her. Some went flying through the air in her wake. As she was there, tucked in her wings, and springing out all 4 legs so rapid tearing through the grass. She burst suddenly into a clear space with short grass covering the ground. Aha! Whoa! Right out. Strange it took about a dozen steps backwards in a jumbled gait. For a moment, Dash couldn't make it out. The darkness was scaring it. He saw it. Would you mind not doing that? He said. It nearly gave me a heart attack, you did. My nerves are as jumbled as a boo on me in the dead of night. Dash's eyes widened. What the thing it had spoken. It wasn't a pony at all. It stood about a head taller to see it. Its body and its chest had slender muscles. 4 hooves pointing into the ground. A long, narrow head rested, ending in a narrow snout. At the other end, it had a short, fluffy tail. 2 narrow ears were set as far back as raised up, swimming towards her. Slightly. You could tell its fur was light brown, but it had a white belly. A black band of fur ringed around its neck and 2 black up, but the stomachs were split. Twin lines forking forward, while the main points rose up and curved slightly inward. That's forward. Say, crisply accented, you're a Pegasus pony, aren't you? See your typing loud, Dave? Dash's mouth was hanging open. She forced herself. Who are you? She asked. What are you? The creature raised his fur right over. He said, Oh, well, I'm a Foghorn. And lowered his head to the ground and bowed. Niles Naturius Articulus! He rose to the host again, tilted his head. And what is your name, dear miss? And, oh my god, I can't believe this. Foghorns really do exist. And they're cute little things, too. I'm Rainbow Dash, she stammered. She was still very much in shock. I've never seen anything like you before. Are you an antelope? She'd never seen an antelope either, not in flesh. She had seen pictures of him in one of Twilight Sparkle's books. Nope, Nell said, sounding steady chipper. But they look like one, don't they? Funny how that works out. Anyway, you came to try to fight. What are you doing out here? I was looking for Kamungas, she said. Honestly, the only thing coming to her mind. You'll hear a Kamunga before you see one. No point in looking for them, said Niles. He stepped forward, and he was smiling gently now. He didn't look scary, just strains. Well, my friends are sleeping nearby, Des continued. You want to make certain no Kamungas trample them in the night. Not a bad idea, I suppose. Are you traveling? Yes, wait, hold on. I want answers to my questions. Now that she wasn't startled, curiosity consumed her. What are you doing here? How did you get here? I bolted you, Foghorn said matter of factly. Were you flying? You might have seen me if you flew. As for what, I just got done with a run. I thought I'd take a stop out here and find to eat. Also, must confess, I needed to sell my nerves a bit. Traveling across the broken lands is not a fun time. Brr. Face gives you to this, no matter how fun the fast trip is. Mrs. I most certainly did not appreciate yours as a scare. Oh, sorry, Des said. What do you mean by run? Were you running a race? Not as much, Now said. I must just run. There was a discipline called the salt hopper, but lately was insisted, as he asked you so nicely that you feel that refusing is the message. Well, of course. What's the network in there? He smiled at you know, network? You continue to stare. See your prayer crestfallen. You hover the faintest like Death said, shaking her head. Now let out of breath. You want any great telly? Death didn't immediately need her. No. Something back on his haunches. Death shot down as well. Those for the Franks with fainted to kill. He said, are you comfortable? What? He said. His front hose down on the ground in front of him. His dark eyes caught the moonlight and glistened. He took another deep breath. What was the type of thing, isn't it? I wouldn't know, Death said. I've never been in a war. Well, pray that doesn't change. Niall said, some time ago, well, not too long ago, two lands from very far away had a war. It was a terrible thing. Terrible. With armies of machines and ugly magic. Many creatures on both sides were killed. You go to the side, many of my kind were living in one of the lands. Many of them were killed as well. I'm sorry, Death said. Eventually the war was ended, and a peace treaty was signed. But the worst thing of all came down to that. It was discovered that the war had been fought for completely unnecessary reasons. It could have been avoided if both sides had talked to each other properly, Niall said, falling to a staying cadence of a storyteller. After we had buried the bulldog dead, we Foghorns got together and decided that, as much as it was in our power to do so, we would try to stop war from ever happening again. Not just between those two lands, but between any land, any nation, any species around the world. Now, he asked, what is one of the primary causes of war? Dad thought for a moment. Greed? No, actually that's not bad. He nods him in. I'll try again. Think of another one. Dad's trying to bring miscommunication, Foghorn said gently. When one or more parties doesn't have a clear idea of what the other parties want, what the true goals are, conflict is practically inevitable. If every creature knows what it's thinking, fighting is much less likely. After coming to this conclusion, we all bent our efforts on miscommunications. And it was that goal in mind that we formed the Foghorn Network. This is a thing that all Foghorns do, Dad asked. I'd like to point out once again, dear Mikey, this is how communication. Nearly all of them, yes, Niles answered. We Foghorns have scattered across the world, and half of ourselves really as a global message of service to every race and species around every republic, every empire, every city-state, every tribe, and wandering herd can, at any time, connect us. We shall deliver any messages that they may have to recipient which they can either write it down in Pan's cellbank, or they can cast it as a magic spell, and we shall take it to its destination. Even if it's far away? Dad asked. Like this is the world? Yes, Niles said. Speed. Any destination. We guarantee delivery within 1 day. No matter where it is? Message in 1 day. On the other side of the world? Oh, absolutely, said the Foghorn. On my solemn queen. Also see that's why I put it. Is it like a relay? I said. One Foghorn carries a message from its sender to the end. Dad size is whining. World in 1 day? Now it's right there. My idea of Pegasus. I can suck up the world in a day. Dad's mouth fell off. Possible! There's no way! No creature's that fast! Even dragons aren't that fast! Not even close! Talking about muscle power, then of course you're no, he grinned. We Foghorns are no slouch in that department. We are the fastest runners in all the wide world. The leg is that fast. Besides, running will get you across the aid of our magic. You can do magic, Dad asked. Dad's never thought of that. Do magic? She went out to ask Twilight. Do you use your magic to travel around the world? We relied tightly. Dad's eyes bulged. So large he's trying to pop out. The creator, Niles said. See, Baccarat, hold on. We sometimes dabble in weather control storms and stuff. It's our magical specialty, actually. So when we were laying out the plan for the Foghorn network, we realized a lightning bolt that feeds off our magic. And the magic, so we grab hold of it. It's very fast. Fast enough, as I imitated, to take us around the world in a single day. This is mine felt like it was in a tunnel. Chill raced up her spine. You make lightning? Why, yes. That's a different. I don't really say Equestria. Do not make the weather in Equestria, right? It's simple. You make lightning bolts. Yes, still staring back at him. Yes, Niles said slowly. Now, no, 3 times now. Well, 4. Come to the last. Teach me! Dad screamed. Sleepy Gam knocked him to the ground, grabbed her around the leather, sticking it back and forth with all her might. Teach me, teach me, teach me. Said blown back and forth. Swung lights out, pushed back, sky blue faces. Hold on now. What's all this? Teach me! Dad cried again. You know how to make lightning. You know how to control lightning. Teach me how, please, please! Hell no, Niles said again. I can't just teach you to make lightning out of the blue. I don't know you again. You just said Pegasus do something similar. Pegasus, Niles corrected her. And I said something similar, not identical. We're still 2 different species, and we work different ways. My magic is talented by our horns. Yours is inherent. It comes out every pore. I don't know if you'll be able to balance it to new nonsense of magic. And even if you could learn, I'm not sure you will. But if I can learn, all I can think of you is you refusing to teach me. Niles shook his head. Like of it. He swung himself around. It's the easy part. What's tricky is the lightning and against the side of his head. Des was getting annoying. This was destiny. She could feel it. Feel the rush of purpose and fate through her veins like fresh blood. She who was been able to control lightning would master it more fully than any Pegasus before her. She was going to fulfill her promise. And this Foghorn was going to deny her. Maybe you're just lying to me, the Sky Blue Pegasus snarled. Maybe you really can't. I'm going to take a moment here to point out that, see, this is one of the big what Mike is pulling off. There's so much bad when all he really gives is, for one, just because I said so. And 2, no, he can. And what's more, that's his character. There are his dark eyes. There's a crackle, and a line of blinding white lightning snarled between his horns, rising from the bases of the pronged tips, where it split apart into shiny. The brilliance of it burned behind Das's eyelids as he blinked. I am a messenger of the Foghorn network. I never lie. Das hastily stepped forward. Then teach me, she said softly. Please, at least let me try. All my life I've never been able to control lightning. It's always been too much for me. Always been out of my reach. I need to learn. It's something I have to do. She drew herself to her full height. I can beat my fear. Now said Sin out of a wavering line. He looked off to the side. Not here, at least. He finally said, It's also something I can explain to you over dinner. I would need to take you into the dreaming. What's that? Das asked. Also, I said, yeah. He tapped his head again. He looked gently at her, tilting his head from one side to the other for a few minutes in silence. But maybe, he whispered. He continued to look, and Das's spine tingled. You certainly have the ability for it. Please, Das said. I'll do what. It's not a coincidence. I can feel it. I'm here and you're here because of this is what's supposed to happen. It has to be. That was there again. You said you were wandering. Which way are you going? West, Des called. We're going to the Arkback Mountains. A friend is sick and we're going to get a flower there called... The Foghorn finished her sentence. They pick us high as well. No, the Sky Blue Pegasus answered. One's an earth pony, one's a unicorn. I knew how to keep pace with them, which means you can't go fast on a food gap, Now said. He began to pace back and forth. This one will hook out. He turned his head back towards Rainbow. A day's ride west at the average pony's pace will put you close to one of our way stations. I'm going there after this. A few more of my kind will be there as well. I'll talk to them. When you and your friends stop for the night, as the sun is setting, I'll off the ground with you. I'll come to you and, well, I'll tell you what I've decided. Thank you, Dad said softly. That's all I ask. He said yes. Be up to me, House told her. Since what you're asking is not a one-pronged job, but tomorrow night at dusk, as the moon will slowly move to the star fields. If you're traveling tomorrow, you should get some sleep. Right, Dad said, well, now, tomorrow, right? High enough off the ground where I can see you. Got it, Dad said. Now smiled at her. Yes, maybe you could do it. It'll be a grand experiment in the playhouse. He stuck out a front hoof. I best be going. My fellows are going to hear this. Probably a few times over. Until tomorrow, Rainbow Dash. Dash put a foot against hers, and he shut. Sure thing. See you tomorrow. Niles' idealist nodded, and suddenly he moved. The wind whipped around him. He smeared to a brown blur that parted the grass to Rainbow Dash's right. Flapping her wings, she shot off the ground and watched him go. Without leaving a trail across the woods extremely fast. Right? She shuddered all over, body racked by shaking, and she turned around and she had come across the sky. And when she blasted towards Niles, he went right in front of her. Niles on the other side of the sky. She flew towards it, scanning across the ground. She saw the silver gleam of the river and followed progress south. I spotted a clear spot in the riverbank. The bright pink of Rarity's blanket stood out like a signal flag. The ass ascended in slow spirals, landing gently a few steps before coming to a stop. She dropped to the ground and curled up. Her body was shaking again, every nerve alive like fire. She lay down for nearly an hour. Sleep finally stole over her like the world, striking her over and over again, her body aflame.